Crafters. In tonight's video, we're going to be making a Halloween overlapping fun fold card using the Scary Cute Cling stamp set. We'll be using the Gingham Cottage Designer Series paper for the background paper. I got this idea for the overlapping fun fold card in a video from Lisa Curcio. Thanks, Lisa. Hi, I'm Joan. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I created this video for Joan Simple Paper Crafts found right here on YouTube. If you're new here, I want to thank you for stopping by, and if you're a returning guest, welcome back. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. That way you won't miss when I post a video, which is typically once a week. Now give me a few seconds so I can turn the camera down and we can get started. Here's the Scary Cute card we're going to make tonight. It just says boo on the outside of the card, but on the inside it says trick or treat, you're so sweet. And we are going to change this up a little bit. I am going to use pumpkin pie for this layer here. And then the next layer underneath is going to be basic black. And then the outer layer is going to be the pumpkin pie. You'll get that as we're going through. And I do have the dimensions in the comment section below. We use the Scary Cute Cling stamp set for this, but I purchased it as a bundle, and I got the dies for Scary Silhouette dies and saved 10%. Then we're going to use the 4th largest deckled rectangle die from this here for cutting out this right here. And we're going to do a little card surgery because it's not a square, so I have to go through and do cuts for that. And then when we change this to be very vanilla, I'm going to want to have a piece in the inside of the card as well. So let's go ahead and get started. We will start with our very vanilla, and we're going to make this a square by cutting out this by using that same die. So we use this die first, and then we're going to just turn it perpendicular, and we'll cut it out there, and that will give me a perfect square there. And that's about a 2.5 inch square. And then we'll also cut one out for this, and I don't think I need to adjust the size on that one. So what I'll do is I will tape this down. That'll hold it in place. I'm going to use the Post-it label cover-up tape, and it just has enough stickiness to it to hold it in place, but it won't tear the paper when I try to take it off. And let me run this through my cut and emboss machine. Okay, we've got that all taken care of. What we're going to do next is we're going to stamp this using the Stamparatus. And I've got grid paper on here so that I can see that I've got it on there correctly. So I'm going to set the paper here, but I just want to make sure that it's in there right. So I want to just adjust it, and that's where I want it to stamp. So let me just make sure that it's going to be in the right place. And I'm going to use my Memento ink, and that's Tuxedo Black that we're using. And I don't care that it's solid right now, because I just want to make sure the pieces are on there straight. And I'm going to stand up and take a look at that. Yeah, that looks fine. So then I'm going to put the paper down. Let me get this magnet on here. And now we want to stamp this up. And what you could do is you could change and use Stays On ink in the jet black. And that'll be able to do it in one stamp. And I may have to stamp this twice to get it solid. So the boo and the bats look fine, but the critters on the bottom could use some more ink. So I'm just going to stamp this up again. And I think I'm going to have to do one more time because I can still see through it. And then I don't know if it's just the very vanilla that's not taking the, or if I just didn't stamp it well enough. So I'm going to put that aside to dry, and I can see that it's still wet. I think the very vanilla, it takes a little longer to dry. So I'm going to take my stamp chamois and just clean off these. And you probably didn't see that. And I am going to just change the plates. Okay, and I'm going to bring in our other plate. And we're going to set this on here. I think this is about where I have it. And I'll just try this first. I think I need to adjust it a little bit. Yeah, I think that's where we want it. So we're going to go down this line and then this line here. And I am going to just first stamp it up and make sure that the stamp is correct. And that seems to be fine. And I want to make sure that's dry before I set it down there. And then we're going to just bring it over here. So I am going to move this magnet, and it's so strong. Then we'll just stamp this up again. Hopefully you can see it this time. And I'm just going to give the little boy another little stamp, a little bit on the words. All right, so let me get that out of there. And I'm going to put that up here so that can dry as well. And I think we're done with our ink, so I'm going to put that away. So let's get our card over here. What we'll do first is our left and right panel. So this is the right, I think, and this is the left. And I am going to use our Stampin' Seal Plus because I want it to hold really well. So I know I typically use glue, and I wanted to tell you that when you're putting it on the designer series paper, be careful because it likes to tear the paper. I'm just doing little dashes here. And before I set that down, I am going to score that. The left panel was cut at 3.5 by 4 inches, and that would be 8.9 by 10.2 centimeters. And then scored at 1/2 inch or 1.3 centimeters. And we want to fold that and burnish it so that we can get a really good crisp edge on that. So I'm going to burnish it on both sides. I'm not going to glue it down yet, but I am going to glue this designer series paper on here, and I'm leaving 1/8 of an inch on the top and the right side and the bottom, and then 5/8 of an inch on the left hand side. Then we'll do the same thing with the right hand side, and that was cut at, I'm trying to find the right hand panel, 3 inches by 3.5 inches, and is scored at 1/2 inch right there, and we're going to fold that and burnish it because we want to have a nice crisp edge there so that it'll fold down properly. And then our designer series paper is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 or 7 centimeters by 7 centimeters. And I am going to again use my Stampin' Seal, and you just want to just kind of put it couple pieces on there. Stampin' Steel is really strong, and this is only going to hold the paper down, so I don't need it to add any more for supporting the card. And then we'll again put 1/8 of an inch on the top, on the right hand side, and on the bottom, and then it'll be 5/8 of an inch from the left hand side. Those are done there. Then we're going to have this piece here where we want to put these on the top and bottom. And I'm going to do the whole strip here. And this was cut at 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches. Well, that would be 1.9 centimeters by 10.2 centimeters. And I just want to make sure I've got it at the top there. and meeting on the right and left side, and it doesn't quite meet on the left side or the right side here. I don't know if you heard that. I was huffing on this because I stuck it down too quick. I want to make sure that I've got it matching properly. There. And we'll do the same thing on the bottom. Then we can glue it down on here. Again, I'm going to just use my Seal Plus because now we're going to want that to be a little sturdier to hold the fun fold portion. And this black piece is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 or 10.5 centimeters by 13.7 centimeters. And I'm leaving 1/16 of an inch around on all 4 sides. So that's just a little bit there. Then the next piece is to put these on, and I'm going to just use my Stampin' Seal, and we'll run it along that 1/2 inch fold line, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. But I am going to bring it down here. So I've got my fold piece here, and I'm lining it up along the black portion, so it's on the outside of the black portion, and I'm trying to center this so that it's even on both sides there. So I don't know if you can see, I have that fold line going outside of the black edge, and then we're just going to fold it over and we'll burnish it. And we'll do the same thing for this on this side, and I need to put the Stampin' Seal Plus on here first. And I'm going to lay it down so I can get that lined up. Hopefully my head's not in the way. So I've got the same length here and here. So I think I've got that centered okay. And then I'm just going to fold that over and burnish it again. Then we will put it on our card base. And the card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, or that's 10.8 centimeters by 14 centimeters. And I'm just going to run the Stampin' Seal along the back. And now you want to be careful because on some of the papers it will tear it. So when I was working on it earlier, it caught on the pumpkin pie. When I lifted it up, it seemed to tear. Just want to make sure we've got it down correctly. And I'm putting it along the whole side. I meant to run the tape along all around the edges because of it being a fun fold. And this is going to leave like another 1/16 of an inch around all 4 sides. So just leave that little fraction, make it sure it's centered before you push it down, because it is very strong and you'd have to huff it to get it, or use heat on it to get it to release. So I'd rather not do that. So we got our card base done, and so we need to decorate it now. So here's our inside card, and we'll just glue that down here. And I am going to use the Stampin' Seal as long as we've got that out. And I'm running it along the top and a little bit in the middle. I want to center it between this right here. Make sure it's centered there and get close to the edge. And there we go. And then we need to do the front of the card. And now I'm just going to run this on the corners. And I can't get this started, so I'm going to run it on the rubber here. And it still doesn't want to get started, so I am going to use my adhesive remover, and that seems to get it started. I'm probably running close to the end here. That's probably why it's not rolling as easily. So then I'm going to put this on here. I probably should have done this when it was flat still. And we should have approximately 1/8 of an inch for a border on this one. And I'm going to just open this up and just use my bone folder here because I don't like to rub it here because it seems to be a little bit wet and I don't want to smear it. So looks like we've got that taken care of now. Let's bring in our other card. I'm liking this card better than this one because I liked how the Very Vanilla softened the look here. It's not quite as harsh. And I like the pumpkin in the background in here over the harshness of this. I hope you liked this project as much as I did. Why don't you give it a try? Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, would you do me two favors? Click the thumbs up emoji. That means you like it. And would you share it on social media with your crafting friends and pin it to Pinterest? These actions will help me to keep sharing my ideas with other crafters for free, and I really appreciate that. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any future videos. If you have any questions, be sure to contact me. I'm here to help in any way that I can, and if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Just reach out to me. If you'd like to place a Stampin' Up! Order or would like a catalog, hop over to my website where you'll find the Shop Now button. To shop with me, you'll need to go to joanheberlein.stampinup.net. Bear with me a little bit longer because I want to let you know of the promotions going on right now. In the Perfect Partners promotion, Stampin' Up! Created 6 new dies that coordinate with stamp sets in the 2022-2023 annual catalog and in the July through December 2022 mini catalog. These coordinating dies will only be available during this promotion and will not be offered in any catalog. These stamp sets and dies are available separately or as a bundle, but when you buy them as a bundle, you save 10% off the retail price. To find the Perfect Partners selection, select Menu, then select New, and then Perfect Partners. Check out the link in the comments section below to see how to put these wonderful stamp sets and dies together for more paper crafting fun. And don't forget to order now. In the weekly deals promotion, every week in the month of September, Stampin' Up! Is offering a selection of discounted products. Discounts and product selection will vary from week to week. New products are added each week on the 1st of September, the 8th of September, the 15th of September, and the 22nd of September, and the promotion will end September 28th. To find the weekly deals, go to the menu option and select Specials, and then select September weekly deals. Mark your calendars. I'll be back next Saturday, September 24th at 7 p.m. Central Time, and we'll be doing one last Halloween card, and I hope you'll be here to join me. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight. I look forward to next time. Bye for now, and don't forget to subscribe.